Hello esteemed viewers, welcome to our tutorial for today. In our maths class for today, we are going to look at the solution to the question 2 to the power of y plus 2 to the power of 3y equal to 10. We are asked to find the real values of y, and this is a maths Olympiad question. But before we commence, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel, and also don't forget to hit the notification bell in order to be notified once we upload our latest maths Olympiad content. Thank you. Now let's go straight to solving this question. In solving this question, we're going to look for a value in which we can substitute these two values in order to make this expression a quadratic or a polynomial equation. Now to do that, we're going to simply use the substitution method to do that. Now to do that, we are going to look at the fact that 2 to the power of y will make it becomes m. And then let us also say 2 to the power of 3y will be equal to m to the power of 3. So this is an assumption, and we are going to bring it straight down into the equation. So that will now give us m plus m to the power of 3 equal to 10. Now, once the 10 comes over here, from positive it becomes minus, and then this equation will give us m to the power of 3 while we arrange it plus m minus 10, and that will be equal to 0. Now you come to see that we've gotten an equation that's a polynomial equation because the highest power of m is 3. Now, solving a polynomial equation, we either solve this equation using factorization, or we can substitute a value for m and then see if the total equation, the substituted value, can give us 0. If it does give us 0, that means that value is a factor of the polynomial. Now, let's assume that our m is equal to 2. If we assume that our m is equal to 2, if we put that 2 into the polynomial equation, we'll have 2 to the power of 3. Our m will be 2 to the power of 3 plus 2 minus 10. Will that give us 0? Let's conclude. 2 to the power of 3 will give us 8 plus 2, and that will be minus 10. This will give us 10 minus 10, and that is what? 0. Perfect. That shows that m minus 2, which is equal to 0, is one of the factor of this polynomial equation. So having gotten that factor, what we need to do now is to find the value, the other 3 factors, because since it's a polynomial equation, we must have 3 factors as a solution. So what we're going to do is we're going to use that factor to divide the main factors, which is m to the power of 3 plus m minus 10. So we're going to use m minus 2 to divide this, and this will give us m divided by m to the power of 3 divided by m will give us m squared. So m squared times m will give us m to the power of 3, and m squared times minus 2 will give us minus 2m squared. So when we subtract this, we are going to have this to give us 0, and then this will come down here to give us minus times minus will give us plus 2m squared, and then we'll have plus m and then minus 10. So we'll also go again with the division. We'll go once more with the division. M divided by 2m squared divided by m, that will give us 2m plus 2m plus 2m times m, that will give us 2m squared, right? And plus 2m times minus 2, that will give us minus 4m. And when we subtract this, we are going to have this to be 0. When we have plus m minus 4, that will give us plus m plus 4m, and that will give us 5 what m minus 10. So we'll go again with the division. 5m divided by m, that will give us plus 5, and then 5 times m will give us 5m. 5 times minus 2 will give us minus 2, and then the end point, this will give us 0 and what? 0. So we've come to see that the next factor, the quadratic equation m squared plus 2m plus 5, which is equal to 0, will give us the other two factor. So if we simplify this quadratic equation, we're going to solve this quadratic equation using a quadratic formula. If we want to use this quadratic formula, we're going to use quadratic formula, and that will give us our m to be equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac or divided by 2a. Now to solve this, we are going to find the value of all the constants. From that equation we have above, from the equation above, you'll come to see that a is equal to 1, we'll have our b to be equal to plus 2, and then our c is equal to 5. So we're going to test this to find out if this will give us a real solution, because the question says we should find the real values for y. So we'll have our m to be equal to minus 2 plus or minus square root of 2 square minus 4 multiplied by 1 multiplied by 5. So if we multiply that aspect, what are we going to have? We're going to have minus 2 plus or minus square root of 4 minus 4 times 5 will give us what? 20. Now come to think about this. 4 minus 5 will give us 20, will give us minus 15. So this is going to give us a negative answer, which is less than what? Less than 0. So what does this indicate? That if we finally solve this equation, this quadratic equation, we're going to have an imaginary solution, an imaginary values, which is not a real value. So as a result of that, we are going to neglect this solution. So the only real solution we'll have is our m equal to 2. So what do we do from here? Remember, we use the expression that 2 to the power of y is equal to what? M. So when we substitute that into this expression, if we substitute that into this expression, we are going to find the value of m to be 2. 2 to the power of y is equal to 2. And we'll find out that 2 normally at the default is raised to power 1. So since they have the same base, y will equate the powers, y will be equal to 1. Now let's test this solution to see if truly this is the real solution to that exponential function. Remember, in the question, we are given the question. The question says we should find the real value of 2 to the power of y plus 2 to the power of 3y equal to 10. So let's test to see if our solutions is correct. So we have 2 to the power of y plus 2 to the power of 3 to the power of y, 3 multiplied by y. Let's see if it will give us the value 10. So this will give us 2 to the power of 1 plus 2 to the power of 3 times 1. So this will give us 2 plus 2 to the power of 3. And this will give us 2 plus 2 to the power of 3 will give us 8. So this value will give us 10. So that tells us that y is equal to 1. We satisfied that value, that equation, exponential equation we are given. And the y is a real solution and is a real value. That shows that the solution is perfectly correct. Thanks so much for watching this video, and do subscribe to our channel in order to get our subsequent Maths Olympiad solution videos. And don't forget to like this video and share it with your friends and colleagues.